All right, I'm Melanie Fox. I'm a volunteer here at the Wayne County Historical Museum. So this museum was founded, I believe, in the 20s or 30s. The building was originally a Quaker meeting house, and they sold the building to Julia Meek-Gar to start this museum, and then donated the property that was around it. Julia had been traveling the world, and she thought it was important for her fellow Hoosiers to get to experience the various cultures that she had seen. And so she brought back many of the objects she had collected and started this museum and started collecting objects from Wayne County's history. Um, and then buildings and more objects were brought here and collected, and now we have this today.
In 1930, the Wayne County, Indiana Historical Society accepted the gift of extensive personal collections from Julia Meek-Gar and the gift of the Historical Friends Meeting House at 1115 North A Street, Richmond, from the Whitewater Monthly Meeting of Friends, commonly known as Hicksites. The beautiful meeting house ground was purchased and two adjoining lots were added later. Through the succeeding years, area residents have contributed countless heirlooms and memorabilia to help establish an outstanding record of the past. Others have given cash donations and bequests which made possible the Lindenmuth addition in 1954 and accessory buildings which include the country's oldest log schoolhouse, and a typical two-story log residence built in 1823. Wayne County history is particularly significant because this county became a major gateway to the West, and at one time was the most populous county in Indiana. When the National Road opened in 1833, countless immigrant families trudged over it on their way westward. The museum is located on a beautifully kept former Hicksite meeting house that is on the National Register of Historic Places. We are located in the Star Historic District and easily accessible to visitors. Some of the exhibits that the Wayne County Historical Museum's features are a mummy, a dollhouse that was built in 1880 for 10-year-old Caroline R. Jones, pilot restoration of a 1922 Pilot Speedster, which is the 19th car in the museum's collection and is the 9th Richmond-built car in their collection. The Egyptian mummy and coffin date to 900 BC. The coffin shows the face of a woman, but the mummy is the body of a male. An X-ray of the mummy is on display. A lifelike reconstruction of the mummy's face greets visitors to the Egyptian gallery. The mummy in its decorated coffin was purchased by the museum founder Miss William Gar in Cairo in 1929. She paid $3,000 for it, the equivalent of almost $43,000 in 2017. A reconstruction of the mummy's face was fashioned by Indianapolis forensic artist Brenda Stewart in 2009. Since we don't know the mummy's real name, museum visitors were given an opportunity to select a name for him, and chose Min Kaif, which means his soul remains. Ancient Egyptians said to speak the name of the dead is to make him live again. The man was 30 to 35 years old at the time of death, a respectable age for that time. The man was about 5 foot 6 inches tall and had very bad teeth. Our mummy is one of only 2 mummies in Indiana. The other mummy is also in Wayne County and is located at the Joseph Moore Museum at Earlham College. Mummies like this one were buried in wooden coffins whose painted decorations were intended to protect the body from dangers and ensure eternal life in the afterworld. The recording studio in the Wayne County Museum was located to the Whitewater Gorge next to the railroad tracks. Jazz greats Louis Armstrong, Joe King Oliver, Duke Ellington, and Jelly Roll Morton recorded at Gannett Studios by the river in Richmond. Our museum has phonographs, recordings, and many other items on display related to the Gannett story. The Gannett record story begins with the manufacturer known as Star Piano. The Star Piano factory was located in Richmond along Whitewater River in the Gorge. The company was started by Benjamin Starr in 1872 and became world-renowned for manufacturing upright, spinet, player, and grand pianos. In addition to pianos, the Star Piano Company also manufactured phonographs. In 1893, Henry Gannett moved to Richmond and along with his father-in-law took over the Star Piano Company. Soon, the Gannetts became the sole owners of Star Piano. Henry's sons, Harry, Clarence, and Fred, became instrumental in the running of the business. The first recordings were labeled under the Star label, and in 1917 the Gannett label was born. A remarkable number of jazz artists visited Richmond during the 1920s and 30s, often arriving by train at Richmond's Pennsylvania Railroad Depot. Because of the studio's location next to the railroad tracks, musicians would have to stop recording when trains passed by. Gannett not only recorded jazz and ragtime, but country, blues, gospel, and even sound effects. Some of the musicians who recorded on the Gannett label include Louis Armstrong, Biggs Beiderbecke, Jelly Roll Morton, Hoagy Carmichael, Gene Autry, Joe Oliver, Duke Ellington, and Lawrence Welk. Antique Car Exhibit. 9 unique examples of Richmond-made automobiles. America's first wireless mobile auto phones and the Speedostat cruise control. Early electric automobiles, one owned by the museum's founder Julia Meek Gar, Dodge, a one-owner car that became famous in Wayne County, and the 1922 Pilot Sportster, a car designed to fly. The automobile had one of the greatest impacts on the 20th century. It changed both rural and urban America by allowing people to commute to the cities and those in the cities to experience the pristine landscape. Automobiles allowed people independence because they could now travel wherever they wished. Much of Wayne County's growth at the turn of the 20th century can be attributed to the automotive industry. Wayne County had 14 automobile manufacturers from 1901 to 1942. Some of the largest makes of cars include Crosley, Davis, Pilot, Westcott, Wayne Works. Wayne Works continued with bus production until 2001. Wayne County had many automotive inventions. Two of the most noteworthy are the Speedostat cruise control invented by Ralph Teeter, who was blind. Ramsey McDonald, whose company Richmond Radio Dispatch Service was the proud pioneer of the country's first fully automatic dial mobile telephone system. Those are just some of the amazing exhibits that can be found at the Wayne County Historical Museum. As can be shown in the video, there's a lot of history within Richmond and around the Indiana area. Thank you for visiting the Wayne County Historical Museum.